Ayo, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle Orders of GreatMillStone and Rule 1. Shalom to the brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth. It's about number one for the GMSLondon camp. Found this article on the Sacramento Bee, which is basically about basic income, which, you know, if you've been keeping up, basic income is basically what's going to be like a forerunner to, you know, the mark of the beast. Because I'll go into it over, you know, after it basically, you know, goes through it. But more or less, like, basic income is just a thing where you get given money by the state, like, no matter what. Just every month, they just give you payments. And this is, you know, if you know the scriptures, you know, the mark of the beast, that's gonna link in with the same kind of thing where it's like, no man can buy a soul save who has the mark. And this is one of the ways they can start to get people reliant on the state. Because, you know, a big part of the mark of the beast is basically taking on the image of the beast. So, you know, if you're there, you're already, you know, you're just accepting, you know, that the state is God, and that, you know, you're just gonna rely on the state. Then you know, you're already ready to take the mark. And, you know, and the areas they do this in as well is like the poorer areas where it's like they're gonna get hooked on that. So, you know, Esau knows what he's doing. But I'll read it. It says, after months of planning, Stockton is sending debit cards loaded with, debit cards. They ain't sending no cash. You know, they ain't sending just an envelope with some cash in it. Sending debit cards, you know, that can easily be moved over to the chip. Because more likely, probably some I don't know, it's fucking America, man. America's a bit slow when it comes to that contactless. Europe's like putting that shit on, taking it on board quicker, and China as well. But, you know, that contactless debit cards with $500 to select groups of residents starting Friday as part of a closely watched experiment in universal basic income, the first led by a US city. Stockton, once dubbed America's foreclosure capital, was the largest city to seek bankruptcy protection before Detroit's 2013 filing. During the recession, unemployment soared towards 20%. And violent crime rose. Today, 1 in 4 residents lives below the poverty line, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Now, as the city slowly recovers from financial disarray, officials and advocates look to the Stockton Economic Empowerment Demonstration, or SEED, to provide insight on whether a long-term basic income program is a viable, creative approach to lifting residents out of poverty. The need has only been reiterated in the last few weeks of preparation, SEED Director Suki Samra said. Folks are ready to use this money to pay bills, save for the future, to pay off debt and pay for medicine. Yeah, so it's a thing where with as far as with, you know, with this universal income, it's basically going to be a thing where Esau's going to get you hooked. Because the thing is, the whole system is basically run by Esau. And he knows how, you know, he knows the ins and outs, the flaws of it, and how the thing works. So it's a thing where it's like, he's basically utilizing his broken system and then providing what appears to be the balm, you know, the soothing balm to the people that he already destroyed within that system, man. To make them even more reliant on that system. How hilarious is that? That's why everyone loves fucking capitalism, man. You know, just because there's a possibility for you to get rich as fuck, for you to make it, that, you know, people basically get hooked onto it. It says what? Each month, for 18 months, 130 adults living in the city's lower income neighborhood will receive $500 to spend however they want. Researchers with SEED will track, study, and analyze how the income boost affects residents' spending and saving habits, and how it influences other factors such as quality of life and financial stability. The money for the program comes partially from a £1 million grant from the Economic Security Project, a network organization that raised $10 million to fund and explore universal basic income programs and their viability. So he says putting a little bit of dosh into these things, which means that you're going to see more and more of them. And the thing is, people love free money. So more likely than not, it will actually be quite popular. And then, when the chip comes out later on, then it's going to, people will be able to will switch tracks real quick. Because they're like, oh, well, you just got to get, it's even more security. It'll do you all right. Yeah, let's take care of your family and that. It says, I think the program will make people work better and smarter and harder. It's harder, better, faster, stronger, mate. Mayor Michael Tubbs told NPR last year, We're not just designed just to work all day and run a rat race. We're designed to be in community, to volunteer, to vote, to raise our kids. And I think the more inputs and investments we can give in people to do those things, the better off we are as a community. Last year, 4,200 letters were randomly sent to individuals living in areas with a median household income at or below 46 grand, the city's median at the time. That approach let the program target poorer communities while allowing selection of a diverse pool of participants. The only other eligibility requirement was that participants be at least 18 years old. From the respondents, he selected a group of 130 recipients, taking into account cities' gender, age, and racial diversity. Researchers will regularly check in. So basically, it's a test run of that basic income. They've done it in a couple of different places. They did it in, I believe it was either Sweden or Denmark. One of them Scandinavian countries has done it. And Canada's done it as well. I know Canada did one as well. It says the idea of... Okay. You know what? That was Finland. Huh. Okay, it says, but UC Berkeley public policy and economics professor Hilary Hoynes said interpretation of what constitutes successful universal basic income pilot program vary. Will more individuals be able to shift towards towards jobs pursuing their interests with fewer worries about living paycheck to paycheck, or will fewer people work in the labour market altogether? And is that a good thing? Both programs in Finland and Canada have ended with no plans to continue or expand. Moreover, to implement a feasible universal basic income program, Hoynes said that policymakers and advocates would need to grapple with whether payments should be pegged to income levels, whether when you earn 20 grand or 60 grand, 100 grand, governments start tapering out benefits, for example. A universal payment of 12 grand per year to each adult US resident over 18 would cost roughly 3 trillion per year. So, they're talking about the thing is, these are just trial runs, and it's basically acclimatizing, people to just kind of receiving them handouts. What happens is when an event goes down, when a national emergency goes down, then they'll basically be able to look, okay, we're going to have to regulate X, Y, and Z, and you're going to have to receive this mark so that we can know that you're not an enemy combatant, more or less. And that's how the thing's going to switch. Because, at the end of the day, it's about the scriptures, about the prophecies. And that's really what, this is just one of the channels you can see leading to the mark of the beast, man. Because what? Okay, Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So yeah, basically, like, you know, that image of the beast, that's what Esau wants everyone worshipping. And you know, part of that is, you know, if you're basically gonna have to be beholden onto that beast, man, everyone's basically like, you'll survive by the ways of you know, of Esau's system, or else. That's pretty much how he wants it. And it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And you know, that mark is that implantable RFID chip, man. And you know, it's not talking about exemption from judgment. That's talking about that implantable mark, man, that RFID chip. And it's a thing where it's like, yo, if you receive that, then basically that's you just accepting that you love this place, and you know, you want to continue and stay comfy within it forever. Yeah. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So yeah, no man might buy or sell if you ain't got the mark. So it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna need that to operate within the society. And that's where, you know, these programs come in. They're basically just dry runs of you being beholden to the government, because you've got places where it's like, I don't know, examples like Venezuela, where basically it's got to such an extreme point that basically the government is having to control different multiple facets of multiple facets of, you know, how you can you know, basically government handouts are the only way you're really being able to, you know, to survive. And that's, you know, that's something that's gonna come to the West, come to the US, come to the UK, Europe's, because they're gonna make that mark mandatory. And it's like, it's gonna, you know, they're looking for that dystopian future where the government holds ultimate power over the people. You know, you look at the Georgia Guidelines, you look at different things that the elites have put out, and then, you know, it lays out their plan. So, you know, that's why you see these different things, and hey, it lets you know what time we're in, man. Because if it said like, oh, you know, the other guys aren't even looking to do that basic income trials anymore, it's like, okay, why is everyone still trying to do it? You know, it's kind of getting in the mind of just putting it in the forefront that, okay, maybe you will, you know, you'll be fine with just receiving assistance from the government and having to rely on that. But yeah, I'll leave it there, man. I'll say all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua Hashem, God Kadash. Double honor to the apostle, that's a great millstone, man. Shalom. Shalom.